Hi everybody, Catfish Jones here for a little bit of couch talk with Carfish. I'm on the sofa once again, have some thoughts to share, and continuing my Vlogtober journey. Today is the 13th of Vlogtober, and have thought about some stuff to sit on the sofa and chat about today. I don't know how much of that I'll get into, but certainly excited to keep going. I know last week about this time I was thinking about going out and having an adventure, recording that adventure, and putting it up on Friday, which turned into the Coronado Heights mini adventure. And I have similarly some other stuff I'd like to be posting that may require a little bit of actually going out and having the adventure for me to record. And then there's some things coming up, some adventures that would be perfect for video, but I really don't think that they're shareable. I think that some of this stuff is just stuff that goes on in my life outside of being a creator that doesn't necessarily need to be shared with the internet. And finding that balance is always kind of a difficult thing for creators as they're figuring out their content and get so passionate and into what they're making that they forget that their real life is not their YouTube life, their video life, whatever platform I guess it may be. And some people just go, full bore and, share everything and incorporate every part of their real life into their content life. And, for me, I've always tried to strike that balance. Certainly there's people in my life that aren't interested in my content on the platform or interested at all in being a part of that content, which I completely respect. I feel like, for me to have my content, it needs to be about me and not about, other people around. Especially at first, it was a difficult balance for me to find in what to include, what to leave out, what to talk about that you're leaving out, but not necessarily including in. And then tonight, where I should be going on an adventure, I'd kind of like to go to band practice and jam with the guys. So that might not happen. That's always kind of a closed thing, and always has been. So I don't know if I'll actually get out to do the adventure to get to post a edited video for tomorrow. We'll see. I think when we get to tomorrow and we find out what the video is for tomorrow, we'll see whether it's an edited video or whether it's just me chatting a little bit and giving a bit of an update. Most importantly, though, I'm super happy that I finished one of my major projects and hopefully will release it this Saturday. This is something I've been working on for a long time meaning years of passive work, weeks, months at a time, trying to figure out how I was going to do it. It's an animation project, and my goals were quite big, and as I got more and more done, I was realizing that this could really be a neat thing. And then as I got towards the end, I realized that some of the scope of my goals were just not going to be doable. So I had to adapt and adjust to what might actually be doable. And it turns out that even scaling it down a little bit wasn't entirely the solution. I had to scale it down to some other stuff and then learn how to do some of that other stuff. I think we'll be able to talk more about that after Saturday when I release this video. But I'm so proud of it, and I'm proud of the music that goes along with it. It's something I've certainly been working on and stressing about, and I'm excited to have it done. The way my brain works, it wants to just jump onto the next project. It has all of these ideas, and there's no doubt that starting a project is sometimes the most fun. When you get that initial inspiration and it's full of potential, your brain just wants to go through and think the whole thing out, even though you can't do it all right away in 1 second. So that's always the fun. And then I deal with some project guilt where, oh no, I've been on this project too long, I need to go ahead and put it out, or it's no longer from this time, it's from this chunk of time. And that's part of the thing with this one is, this could have come out, and if I just jumped in it, figured out what I figured out over the past few months early, and didn't, muck about with all of the other ideas trying to animate it. First it was, I don't want to get into all of it. First it was going to be a procedurally generated AI animation that I've seen other people use, and I really wanted to play with that toy, and I had this great canvas to work with, if you will. But that proved out to be much more difficult and much less forgiving than I initially thought it would be. I loved the look of it, though. So then my next thought was, to hand animate, more like a rotoscope, all of the rest of this. But that is a lot of animation. I did a few hundred cells, maybe even, upwards of 500 cells, and realized that it wasn't even a drop in the bucket. And I was like, okay, hold up, we got to think of something different. So went down a different path, and I think that it still fits the video. But to be less specific about that project, doing this project, I felt guilty every time that I wanted to get into a new project. Every time that I wanted to focus on writing spaceship stories, or, focus on, well, I always write songs, so I don't let that really stop me there. That's always capitalized when the inspiration happens, and focus down. But there's a lot of other things, a lot of projects that have kind of been on hold. Other songs getting recorded and videoized, and all of that stuff. So now that it's done, the logjam has kind of burst free, and I've already, jumped into several other projects to start fleshing out which ones want to get completed next. And some of them were, lickety split, let's get this 90% done, and the last 10% can take 2 more years. I guess I'll stop there. I think it's been a good catch up for today. Save some stuff on the plate for another couch talk with Carfish, and move on about my Thursday, the 13th of Vlogtober. Hope you guys are well. I'll look to see you guys again very soon in the near future. And until then, cheers.